Welcome to Mystery Explora, where we uncover the world's most chilling unsolved mysteries, notorious crimes, and baffling enigmas. Today, we venture into the dark heart of 1940s Hollywood to explore one of the most infamous unsolved murders in American history, the tragic and gruesome case of the Black Dahlia. It was the morning of January 15, 1947, when Los Angeles housewife Betty Bersinger made a horrifying discovery while walking with her young daughter in the Leimert Park neighborhood. There, lying in a vacant lot, was what she initially thought was a discarded mannequin. But as she approached, she realized the terrible truth. It was the mutilated body of a young woman. The body was that of 22-year-old Elizabeth Short, a hopeful actress who had come to Hollywood seeking fame and fortune. Instead, she became the victim of a sadistic and brutal killer. Her body had been severed in half at the waist, drained of blood, and posed in a grotesque manner. Her face had been slashed from the corners of her mouth to her ears, creating a chilling Glasgow smile. The brutality of the crime shocked even the most seasoned detectives of the LAPD. The press quickly dubbed the case the Black Dahlia, a name that would become synonymous with Hollywood's dark side and one of the most notorious unsolved murders in history. Elizabeth Short was born on July 29, 1924, in Hyde Park, Massachusetts. She grew up in Medford, a suburb of Boston, but her life was far from idyllic. Her father abandoned the family when she was just 6 years old, leaving Elizabeth, her mother, and her 4 sisters to fend for themselves. Elizabeth's striking beauty and charisma led her to dream of becoming a movie star, and in 1946, she moved to Los Angeles in pursuit of that dream. But like so many young hopefuls, she struggled to find work in Hollywood. She lived a transient lifestyle, moving from place to place, relying on the kindness of strangers, and occasionally working as a waitress to make ends meet. Despite her hardships, Elizabeth was known for her charm and her striking appearance, often dressing in stylish black outfits, which some say led to her being nicknamed the Black Dahlia. However, beneath the glamorous facade, Elizabeth was vulnerable and living on the edge, a fact that may have made her an easy target for a predator. The gruesome nature of the Black Dahlia's murder and the mystery surrounding it captured the attention of the nation. The Los Angeles press seized on the story, sensationalizing every detail and often blurring the lines between fact and fiction. Reporters dug into Elizabeth's past, portraying her as a mysterious and seductive figure, which only fueled fascination. The LAPD, under intense pressure to solve the case, launched one of the largest investigations in its history. Hundreds of suspects were interviewed, and countless leads were pursued, but none led to a definitive answer. The case was plagued by false confessions, misleading tips, and a lack of concrete evidence. One of the most frustrating aspects of the investigation was the absence of a clear motive. Elizabeth Short's murder didn't appear to be a crime of passion, nor was there evidence of robbery. The sheer brutality of the killing suggested a level of planning and sadism that left detectives baffled. The investigation hit numerous dead ends, and as time passed, the trail grew colder. The case that had once dominated headlines slowly faded from the public's consciousness, but for the detectives who worked on it, the Black Dahlia remained an unsolved enigma. Over the years, numerous theories and suspects have been proposed in the Black Dahlia case. One of the most prominent suspects was Dr. George Hodel, a wealthy and influential Los Angeles physician. Hodel's own son, Steve Hodel, a retired LAPD detective, later accused his father of the murder, pointing to circumstantial evidence, including Hodel's possible connections to the crime scene and his alleged interest in sadistic practices. Steve Hodel's investigation into his father's past led him to believe that George Hodel was not only responsible for the Black Dahlia murder, but also for other unsolved killings in Los Angeles. While his theory is compelling, it remains speculative, and no definitive evidence has ever been produced to prove George Hodel's guilt. Another theory suggests that the murder was the work of a deranged transient or a rejected lover. Some have speculated that Elizabeth Short's killer was someone she knew, someone who harbored a deep, violent obsession with her. Others have proposed that the crime was the work of a serial killer who preyed on vulnerable women in the Los Angeles area. Despite these theories, no suspect has ever been definitively linked to the crime, and the identity of the Black Dahlia's killer remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American history. The Black Dahlia murder has become more than just a tragic crime. It's a symbol of the dark underbelly of Hollywood, a place where dreams can turn into nightmares. The case has inspired countless books, movies, and documentaries, each offering its own interpretation of what happened to Elizabeth Short. The unsolved nature of the case has kept it in the public's imagination for decades. The image of the Black Dahlia, young, beautiful, and tragically murdered, has become an enduring symbol of the dangers that lurk behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. But beyond the sensationalism, it's important to remember that Elizabeth Short was a real person with hopes and dreams. Her life was cut short in the most horrific way, and the fact that her killer was never brought to justice is a sobering reminder of how fragile life can be. The theories unsolved but not forgotten. As we reflect on the Black Dahlia case, we are left with more questions than answers. Was Elizabeth Short the victim of a random act of violence, or was her murder part of a larger, more sinister plot? Was her killer a known figure in Hollywood's elite circles, or a nameless predator who escaped into the shadows? Theories abound, and new information continues to surface, but the truth remains elusive. The Black Dahlia case is a puzzle with missing pieces, and despite decades of investigation, it seems unlikely that the full picture will ever be revealed. Yet the mystery endures. The Black Dahlia's story is retold time and time again, each version adding another layer to the legend. And as long as the case remains unsolved, it will continue to captivate and haunt us, a dark reminder of the unknown dangers that lie in the world around us. Conclusion: the enduring mystery of the Black Dahlia. The Black Dahlia case is one of those rare true crime stories that transcends time and place. It's a tale of beauty and horror, of ambition and despair, and of a life cut tragically short by a killer who has never been caught. As we conclude this episode of Mystery Explora, we are left to ponder the ultimate question: who killed Elizabeth Short and why? Until that question is answered, the Black Dahlia will remain one of Hollywood's darkest and most enduring mysteries. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the shadowy corners of history. Be sure to tune in next time as we continue to explore the unsolved, the unexplained, and the unforgettable right here on Mystery Explora.